Hello everyone, it is Susie and welcome back to the channel. I have something really fun today that I want to share. I went and picked up some of the new Tim Holtz Ideology, Ephemera, and bits that he has out. I didn't get everything that he had new, but I did pick up a lot of the stuff. I had to go to my favorite scrapbook store in Branson to get it. Seems like they always get stuff in really quick when he has a new release, so it takes me about an hour and a half to drive from where I live to Branson to be able to go, but well worth the trip every time I go. So anyway, here we go. I wanted to show you what I did pick up, and actually a find that I found over a weekend or two ago. I went with my sister and my niece to St. Louis. We went and dug the Goodwill outlet bins there. We do a lot of thrifting, and so we hit a lot of the thrift stores and just had a really good time. But I found something at Joann's. My sister had to stop at Joann's, and I found these at the Joann's there on Manchester. And I just want to show it to you because I have never seen these. I literally don't know when they came out. But are not these the cutest? Now, I don't necessarily want to use them for stencils. I want to cut them. But I have never seen these. These are absolutely some I've never seen. So these are just his little stencils. There's some bigger numbers. Now, this would be a nice stencil here, the bigger. But what I really wanted to do was use this to cut and put in journals. So I bought 2 of them. I think that's actually all they had was 2. But these are stencil cards. And I honestly don't know when they've come out. I guess I missed them somewhere because these were new to me. And so if somebody knows when they originally came out, let me know. My Joann's here where I'm at, Springfield and Osage Beach, when I got to drive to the lake, we don't have a Joann's in the town I live in. But when I go to what I call my Joann's around here, I have never seen those. So that was new to me. I absolutely fell in love with that when I seen it. So what I want to do though is show you the new Tim Holtz. Guys, this ephemera pack is awesome. Now, I don't always buy his ephemera packs, and the reason why is because I don't think I'm going to use very many things that he has now. I might use a few, but it's not worth buying the ephemera packs too often. I did in the beginning when he originally came out with some of them, but for the most part I quit buying them just because of that. And I love the ephemera pack, this one especially, and I'm going to dump it out so that you can see it is full. It has got so many pieces. It is 136 pieces, but it has some really fun pieces that I would use. So especially love this because I love using the little frames. Love the bird, even the little floral pieces here. But I love the ephemera packs for the reason that they're more paper. They're not like the layers, it's more the glossy. So, but these are just awesome. Now, I will use these. For the most part, I will use the biggest part of these. So, I wanted to kind of show you what was in here and be able to see it. I love the yellow. I love this one as well. And there's one of the little cards. But and there are some few things that I probably will not use, more than likely. But there are a lot of things I will. So just to kind of show you, I wanted to give you a little rundown what's in here. Like this one here, I would probably never use that. It's so dark. It's not anything I would probably ever use. But for the most part, I will use most of these. So, and there are some little labels, your little label, and there were several numbers I seen And like this is a repeat from something else. I've seen it before. But here are some numbers. And you know me, I love, love, love numbers. And I don't know why, but I do. So anyway, guys, this is just a quick peek at what kind of was in here. Love this. And I don't remember that being in anything else. So anyway, but there's kind of a, there are some more little numbers and things down here. There's something with numbers on it. So anyway, there is that, and that is the ephemera pack. So I got the ephemera pack, and here was another, here's like another little number that was in the ephemera pack there. It had kind of fallen out. So then I picked up the collage strips. Now I love these. I actually picked up, I don't know, about 2 packs of these. I give $5.99 for them. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a project with these. I kind of had some already pulled out somewhere. What did I do with them? Oh, I just had a couple pulled out. So these here, you can use them as collage strips, or you can cut some of the, you know, just cut them where you want them more or less. So there were purple, yellow, I mean all different color themed strips. As you can see here, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just pull out one of them though, but there are just so many different colors. He's got the neutrals, he's got greens, pinks, purples, blues, yellows. And like here is some of the pink, and you can see some of the purple hanging out there. So all different colors, absolutely fantastic. And then my favorite though, I have to tell you my favorite are the frames. Oh my gosh. I loved these frames, and I love that he actually had stitching on them. Now it's white stitching, but that's alright. I love the frames. So these frames are just fit some of his photos, which I did buy the new snapshots. I just bought 1 pack of those. I don't use those too often, but I did buy 1 pack, and these frames will fit those photos. So I love the frames though. Those were my favorite. If I had gotten nothing else, I was hoping I would at least get the frames. So, but when I went, they were just stocking. They had just got it in. And so, you know, I was able to get quite a bit. So these are the transparencies. Now these are really cool. They're really kind of thick. They're not thin. They're a thicker transparency, and there's numbers. And I like that even though they're transparencies, they're thick and you can actually see. So when you lay them on something, you can actually see the numbers after you get them laid down. And I like that. Some transparencies are so transparent you can't even see you can't see anything after it's laid on the paper. So that was pretty cool. Now you don't get very many pieces in here. You get 33 pieces. And anyway, oh, and here's the bird. I love the bird. So there is the bird. Very, very cute. So I'm going to put these back in there though. But I did love that you could still see that the color is strong enough, and it's not so transparent that you can't see anything. So then I did buy his photo booth. He calls these Photomatic, which these are bigger pictures, and so I like that because these are the bigger pictures instead of the small ones that came in his photo booth in the 4 in the strip. There's just 2 to these in a strip, so I did like that these are a little bigger, and so I did pull some out because I want to use some in a journal. So I did pull a few of these out. And that's what they look like. And they're just bigger. And they're just nicer when they're a little bit bigger. Okay, so one more thing I bought. I bought these labels, quote chips. Now, I don't like to buy the, the baseboard chips or anything because they're too thick for me for what I'm doing. But when I was watching Tim Holtz this last time with the new Ideaology, he was showing me that Dana Wakley, or he was showing on the thing, he wasn't showing me, but he was showing that Dana Wakley simply peels off some of the backing. Now this was sticky back, I do believe, but it won't be now because I'm ripping that off. Yeah, these are sticky backed. No, they're not sticky backed. I take that back. No, they're not sticky backed. I thought that's what the white tape was. But then you can do that and they're not so thick. And so they'll lay flatter on the... And so I like that. I like that a lot. So that's why I bought them. Was after I seen he had done that, I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy those. Because I would do that. And I think you can even take off more than I did. Yeah. You can just kind of peel them off as thin there as you want, the layers. So that's perfect to set on the thing and not pop up so big. I just don't like the big, so I would use those. I would definitely use those now, but he kind of showed that you could just peel those off and it worked just fine. So what I wanted to do was, I'm going to make a little bag, just a little bag journal. And so I'm just going to do the cover. I've actually got my little booklet kind of constructed, but I'll work on that off camera and I'll kind of show you what it looked like when I get done. But what I wanted to do was I want to go ahead and here's something I wanted to show you about the little frames. Okay, so here is one of the little things from the snapshots, and here is one of his little frames here, and they fit perfectly. I mean, just perfectly with the photos. You don't even have to really cut anything off. And I'm sure maybe on the bigger ones you would. I don't know if I didn't try every photo, but I know a couple of the photos is just perfect size. And then here is like one of the bigger ones with one of the bigger photo frames. And it actually just has like 1/8 of an inch hanging over on the sides, which I would be okay with. I wouldn't even trim that. But because this photo, and I'm going to use this photo, but because this photo, the little girl is sitting on the fence, and when you're up here you can't really see it, I am literally going to trim this down, is what I'm going to do. Because she is going on my cover. So what I want to do is, I think I'm just going to cut off one side here, so I'm going to bring it on over. Or maybe I want it... Yeah, I want it that way. I want more of the fence showing. So what I'm going to do is I am simply going to take, make sure I get that just right because I want to have enough to glue there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take I'm just going to take a pencil. I think I can see a pencil well enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pencil. And I'm just going to kind of mark there where I want to cut. And I'm going to make my cut right there. So it looks like I'm cutting right along the photo anyway there. And I'm going to have it fit that frame better. So I'm just going to take my cutter, cut that off, and cut that off. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to take my glue, and I'm probably going to use some Fabri-Tac for this, just because of that photo. Okay, and I'm just going to, now on the threads, when I watched the Tim Holtz video that day, he said that the thread will ink to whatever color you're inking your ink in your frame with, it will take the ink. But if it's white, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it as white. I'm not even going to ink up my frame. As a matter of fact, I will not be inking up the frame. Okay, so I'm going to get her on here. Get her stuck down. All right, and let her dry a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick this down just while I've got the glue out, because I know that I'm going to be using this little one with the frame. It will go on the cover of my journal, so we're going to go ahead and get that done while we're just right here. Okay, and I raised it up a little, so I may possibly have to cut the bottom off a little bit. I wanted to get their hats in there. So, or I may just leave it. It just hangs out of the bottom a little. I don't want to cut my frame. So let's see. It's not going to be too difficult to cut. I want to cut the thread. I want to leave that thread hanging. Alright, so there we are. I did cut it off. Alright, so there's my little, they are so cute. I love that. Love these frames. Absolutely love the frames. Okay, and so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and get my, I am going to use a little book page on this. I'm going to keep this cover pretty simple. Alright, so let's just get that stuck on there. Now one of these days I am going to film do a video of us girls when we are on our little thrifting adventures. One day I'm going to do that. Seems like every time we head out I have forgotten to grab my camera, because I do like to do it with the camera. I don't want to do it with the phone. But one of these days I'm going to do that so you girls can come along on a thrifting trip. Gonna do that one day. Okay, so there is that, and I'm going to keep this cover, I think, pretty simple. I don't really want to do a whole lot to it. Maybe use one of the sentiments here. Not sure. I want to keep this pretty. I don't know. Let's go over there. I really would like something to go that way of it. Do we have something long? Well, it's not really what I would want there. Okay, maybe I just want a big one here. Okay, so this is one I've already actually tore off, but when I first got it I wanted to try it. So maybe I want maybe we want something like that. Just center it up and put a little. It says, always keep inside your heart a pocket full of dreams. So I'm going to go ahead, I think, and just do that like that for my cover. I'm just going to keep it simple. Okay, so let's get our Fabri-Tac here. Alright, and we're going to put this, just kind of center it up here. That's what we'll do. And I want to keep his thread. I might trim it just a hair shorter there so it's not hanging down too far. And then I'm just going to put this little pocket full of dreams. Maybe I want to go right there. Yeah. Or do I just want to center it up? Yeah, we might just want to center it up. Okay. And just kind of center that up right there. Okay, and that's really just going to be the front of our, and I may add a little bit of age tape in a couple of spots just to give it another little pop there, but we'll let that dry. Okay. I'm going to work on, like I said, the journals off camera, and when I get it done, I'll just show you the complete thing. But I had an idea for this. Since there is collage strips, I was thinking how easy would that be just to set that in there. For your, I mean, it's just perfect for the little, that is so cool. And then just leave it, not even really put anything here. Just kind of leave it for journaling and maybe put a little booklet on the inside. I thought that'd be kind of fun. So I would have to, of course, somehow glue that, get the glue in there without making a big mess. But I think that would be perfect, you know. And even if I used a more yellowish color or something to give it a little more pop. Let's see here. What did I do with those strips? Let's see if we can find one that really pops. Well, we've got yellow and pink. We've got orange. The red, of course. That purple's really pretty. That would give you a pop. Orange. And there, of course, is a red. That would be, I was looking for a yellow. Yellow's kind of what I had in mind. Although pink would be pretty too. Thinking I really want a yellow. Let's see what we've got over here. I think the side's red. I think that's going to be our pop. That's a nice one there too. I'll have to see which one I like better. I bet I like the picture better in that one because the picture will show. Okay, so I'm just going to work on the journal a little bit. I'll come back in. I don't even know if I'll get the journal made today, the little journal. It won't take too long because it's just one of the little ones. And I will come back in and show you kind of the completed little set there. Okay, so I got the little journal done inside, and so I kind of wanted to show you. I added the little transparent letter here, or the numbers here, and I did cut apart one of those stencils, you know, because I knew I would want to cut those apart. I just knew it. So I just added some muslin or linen, some kind of fabric there to put a tie on it. I didn't do anything in the back, but here is the little journal, and I did stitch it for the binding. I stapled on some of this greenery. I actually found that at Hobby Lobby a few weeks back. Kept the Tim Holtz, of course, his threads, and added. I actually thought I was going to stitch that, and I didn't do that. I probably will go in. I want to run some stitching on that. And that is my cover. Didn't put anything on the back. This is just a very simple little journal here. I did use an old envelope. And I added, now this, because it was so old, I did add a little bit of washi tape. This is 49 and Market washi tape. It actually had Christmas little thing there, and I covered it over. I couldn't get it off. I tried to get it off, but it was a little too stuck. This is the new Tim Holtz. That's one of his new transparencies that was in that pack. There's one of the little stencils cut out and stapled on. And here I've done some stitching, and it's in the white. You can't really see it, but I did stitch that on. So there is that, and that just, and you could always slip something underneath the flap there. So there is that. And I just made it up of various papers, did some stitching around the photo there. These are those photo booth ones that are blown up, and I love the size. I just love that size. I just did a stitching there in the white thread. And then here is that envelope, and I went with the blue. I went ahead and went with the blue instead of the yellow. And the reason why was after I put the yellow in, I just really liked that this had two images on it. So I went ahead and put it back in the blue, and I added some tape, age tape, and this here from the Ephemera pack. And then I just made a little booklet on the inside. I did some stitching around the photo and just did some collaging with the little tea bag there. And I added another one of the little stencil numbers with a little ephemera piece that says Token of Love. And then another just little small collage there. And that will just sit in this envelope. Now when I did put the little strip in, the little collage strip, all I did was I took it and I had to glue the front side of the strip and then try to get it in there without making a mess with the glue, and just had it glued. So it is glued on the top to the envelope. That way you're able to get your booklet in. So that is kind of how you have to do that. And then this will just sit here, and I just took that little blue butterfly out of the ephemera pack and just thought it would be fun to hook it on the envelope. So, and then I have another little just some collage with that greenery there. And that is the booklet. So anyway, just a fun little booklet. I'm going to put this in the Etsy shop if anybody would like it. It is going to go in the Etsy shop. So I am going to stitch on that. But just a fun little, we'll just leave it out. Just a fun little book to play with the new Tim Holtz items that I got. Anyway, guys, have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.